Hey guys, it's Sunday and I made it a whole week and I think it's day 14. So we started, if it's day 14, okay, so that means we started last week if it's day 14 today. We started last Monday making videos. So we made it, this is week 2, but I'm going to count this as week 1 since it's school. I wrote a poem called Week 1. When you get my book, my poetry book, Black Rose Through Concrete, it'll, before you get to the parts, my new parts, because my old, this is a little bit of a detail. The first 30 poems, 30 poems, I have to look and see which one, but, my first poem that I start writing that are new, like hair pull out, demand for coffee. When you get to demand for coffee, my hair poem, the feet poem, when you get to rap nasty, when you get past those poems and you get close to when I start writing my poems. I start writing poetry, I believe, last week. So I think I've written 14 poems. I think maybe I wrote 7 poems, but I believe I have written 14 poems in 2 weeks. But it could be more. But like I said, when you get down, I think it's past Rap Nasty. I think after Rap Nasty is the one about the hair or the one about the feet. And then you get into the new poems like Yoga, Library, First Day of School. There's other poem names or Direction. I think there's a poem called Direction. You get into my newer poems, but the older ones are ones I wrote back. I think I wrote my sophomore year. Yeah, was it my it was my sophomore year that I wrote those poems. I think it was the first semester of my sophomore year that I wrote those poems. So those are pretty older, and I'm 24 now, so I wrote those when I was 21. So you might see a difference. And as that book becomes more popular in the future, I will clarify that. I put those in there because, they were part of my work too. And I like the poems, even if it was in a different time period, different space in my life, I liked them. So I included them in the book. So yeah, by the time I get done with the book, I want to write a poem every day. I think I'm going to stop. No, I don't know. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going, but there will be a stopping point. There will be a stopping point. I think oh, look at those black heads on my face. I want to get rid of them. Look at all that. But there will be a stopping point. Probably July. August 1st, I want to be done writing poems. I'm gonna, but I love journaling. It's not just this poetry book is not just for you. It's for me because that's how I get my emotions out and I put them in poetry. But by that time, it'll be about 300. But once I reach 300 or close to 400 pages, well, no, I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna have a limit. I have a bunch of ideas and unique ways to write my poetry. So, I might just have a poem that's just one word because I saw that in a book and I thought that was cool. How they had one chapter and it was one word. It's on Wattpad. It's called I'm not telling you the name, but they would use FUCK at the end of every chapter if you read that book before. But I thought it was a very creative way of ending, like how they use that word repetitively throughout every chapter. And they had one chapter that said that word, and I loved it because I've never seen that done in a book. So that y'all might have, but that was my first time seeing how they use that word to express that person. Like when he was shocked or surprised or amazed or whatever. So, yeah, so that's my poetry book. And I don't know when I'll write another poetry book because, this year, like I said, I'm going to publish all my books. That's the goal. I want to publish the A Champion book, Black Rose Through Concrete, and Prevail Despite the Odds. Prevail Despite the Odds will probably be the first book I publish. And while I'm continuing to write my poetry, I'm probably going to start working on my Champion book and designing that it's already written out. I already have it written, so I'm going to work on that. But today was a good day. I went to church. It was based on being generous, What was that? thought I saw something. But it was based on being generous and showing generosity and the gifts that God has given you and being a generous person. And then we had our lunch in. And then I came back home. I talked to my mom. And then after that, I went back to Bible study, and I've gotten aroused to all these. And he was talking about the legions. I think it's Luke 8, or it's Luke 8, verse 26. And he just talked about the legions and how Jesus got the demons out of the man. He healed the man. And how when the man wanted to go with him, Jesus said, no, you stay here and you tell people about the good news. And so he was talking about the direction that we want to go in our life. And sometimes we think, even though when we have good plans, like he wanted to follow Jesus, God sends us in a different direction. It all serves his purpose, but the things that we might have planned out for our lives might not be what, God has for our lives, even when they're good things. So that's what I got from the whole thing, and how we all have a choice when it comes to, and he said to study the word and do it for ourselves and not to please other people. That's the biggest thing. And going to Christ for ourselves, not going to church for other people. And even if people do invite you, maybe dig in the Bible, but dig in the Bible yourself and get to know God on your own and build that relationship, with him, and have I'm just looking at my skin. It looks horrible in this picture, but have a reason why, just study the word for yourself. So that's what I got from it. But it was overall good. I met a new friend, and she said she'd have Bible study with me. So I'm very excited for that. And we're possibly studying Job, because that's the book that when I flipped the Bible open, it immediately went to Job. So I said, I've read Job in the past, and I said, maybe I need to read Job and get back into it. So yeah, it was overall good. But today was a good day. I'm glad that I made it through the first week of school. After I get off with you, I'm going to do some homework, and then I'm going to read my Bible. Right now I'm studying Psalms 91. And yeah, we're on the edge of greatness. And then I have 15 weeks left. I'm counting these weeks, man. And technically I have 16 weeks left, but in March, we take the spring break off. So, but during that break, I am going to be working on assignments. I'm not going to just be laying around relaxing. I'm going to be working on work. I'm going to be working on work ahead of time. So when I get back, it'll be easier. That's what I'm doing during spring break. But, we got 15 weeks left, and after next week, we'll have 14 weeks. And then after, 4 weeks of February, we'll have 10 weeks left. So we'll have 10 weeks left. We'll have 10 weeks left, and then 3 weeks of March, 10 weeks. Then we'll have 7 weeks left. So then we'll have 7 weeks. Then after April passes, we'll have 2 weeks left. So I'm counting the weeks down. This is my last semester, and I'm determined to finish it. I'm determined to pass. I'm determined to accomplish. I'm determined to prevail. So, yeah, anything else has happened? Do I have another story? I pretty much, I might remember something. I can tell you the reason why I don't drink. First of all, I don't know. My first drink wasn't when I was 21. It was when I was in high school, and there was like some liquor, and I tried it, but that's about it. That's the only drinking I did in high school that I remember. And then in college, when I turned 20, no, it's before I turned 21. I was 20. This is when I was done with my ex, and he was done with me, and I was chasing after him, texting him, begging him, doing all the extra crazy stuff. Don't do that. If a man is done with you, I don't want to be with you, don't chase after him, because you're not going to be happy when you get with him, because he's not going to treat you the way you want to be treated, number one. Number two, never beg for a man. If he don't want you, if he say, I'm done with you, say, okay, you block him, do whatever you want to do, and just move on with your life. Don't ever beg. Don't even let a man see you cry. Now, you can still cry, but if he say he done with you, go and cry You know, get it out and don't bottle that emotions in. Cry. If you got to cry in the shower every night, cry in the shower. Don't try to be all hard up. I'm like, don't fake the funk. Because when you let those emotions out, like, one thing I will say is this. Me texting him and doing all that was my, like, even though I really didn't want him. I just wanted somebody. Because when I look back at that relationship, that was a funky ASS relationship. That was not, I just was so desperate for a relationship. Like, so desperate. And he wasn't even that cute. He's ugly, actually. And his I'm not gonna talk about it, but if you know, you know. And he might be like, well, you was begging me. I was begging because I didn't want to be a girl that slept with all these other dudes, and I was comfortable with him. And even if it was the mistreatment, I was just comfortable with it because I wanted somebody just so bad. I didn't care who they were, what the side thing. I didn't care. I just was desperate for a relationship, desperate for love. You know, and I completely ruined myself. So that was the first time I got really drunk. It was a football game we went to, and from the beginning of the football game, I drank 6 Twisted Teas because it was a pack of Twisted Teas. And I was 20, so my friend at the time, she gave me the Twisted Teas. So I drank a pack of Twisted Teas, then I drank some Jack Daniel, and I drank some Hennessy. And I was drunk to the point that the next day, I could taste the liquor on my tongue. It was so strong. It took me some days to, even with brushing your teeth, it took some days to get it out of my mouth because it was so strong. Like, it was so strong. And it was nasty. So, yeah. And I was drinking because I was just sad, and I was, you know, sad, and it's that the relationship didn't go away. And I'm glad it didn't go the way I wanted to go. Because when I look back, I didn't want that funk. Like, that's the thing. When you in the situation, you want it so badly, right? But when you step back and you've healed and you've moved on completely, you look back and you be like, I could do better. He wasn't that great. Or if you would have, she wasn't that great. You know, you start to notice some things because when you in it, you want it so badly. But when you finally let go, your eyes begin to open. So, he wasn't all that. Like, and he didn't treat me the way I wanted to be treated. And he wasn't what I wanted or needed. Like, he just, you know, but see, and the thing is, if I didn't experience that relationship, I wouldn't know what I want out of a man or a boyfriend or a potential husband. Like, sometimes you got to experience things to get to, I'm not talking about having sex with people. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about experience relationships with different people, friendships or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. You experience those things to get to know, hey, what you like, you don't like, your boundaries, all those different types of things. And I learned a lot about myself, and I learned about the person I would want, what I would want in somebody. So, yeah, that is like, yeah, so I got drunk. I got super drunk and I was crying. My friends was there and I was crying and I was trying to forget so bad that nobody knows that the friend that but I didn't like her. No, I remember kissing her, like tongue kissing, and that was before, you know, and nobody knows that. My sister, nobody knows that. Well, maybe, I think I told Miss Kathy, but I'm not sure. But I don't know. I don't even know what led to that. I just, you know, I was just trying to forget so much that the next morning and I was just like, no, I'm not on that. Like, I was like, no. I said no. And I did not like her at all. I don't know. I was trying to forget, and I don't know how I got to that. But at that point, I was so drunk, and she had took a pill. I didn't take a pill. Now, I didn't take I don't know what pill it was. I said, no, I'm not taking that. But I was so drunk. She's the one that drove my car back home because I was literally drunk. I was crying. I broke my nail. I skinned my knee. Like, oh yeah, that bruise on my knee I have now is because I fell out. I was so drunk. We got kicked out of a party. Like, it was crazy, but because I was just so sad. Like, I was so sad. And then I look back and I just be like, for what? Like, that's if I have a daughter, I'm gonna tell her that. Like, if she have her first boyfriend or whoever she have, I'm gonna be like, look, sweetie, and they break up, I'm gonna be like, girl, I'll tell her, write down I would tell her to write down what you liked about him and what you wish you needed more from him and what you hated. What you like, what you needed more from him, and what you hated. And I'm going to say which list was longer. And I'm not going to tell her to just be like, well, I like this list, this. You all in your emotions, you not even thinking clearly. No, I need you to think clearly, and I need you to write down what you liked about him, what you liked about him, what you didn't like about him, and what you needed more from him. Especially if he broke up with you, don't get back with him. Don't do that to yourself. See, this is what I'm telling myself now because I experienced that. And I said, don't chase him. Leave that boy alone. If you don't want to, and there's another situation I want to talk about, but that'll be probably tomorrow. But, but yeah, I said, leave that boy alone. He ain't worth your time, especially if he left you. Leave that boy alone. And I'll tell her, if you not satisfied with your relationship, then you leave the relationship. You know, don't stay in something that's not gonna keep you, that's not keeping you happy. You know, and you just with them because they, you know, they're doing everything right, but you're not happy. So why are you with them? You know, why are you with them? Because you gotta think of you only have one life to live. Live it to your fullest. You only got one life. You don't know, tomorrow is not promised to no man. So people say, oh, you were young and you have your whole life ahead of you. You could die literally tomorrow. So you don't know. So every day is a chance for you to relive life and do what you want to do and serve God's purpose as well. Don't forget about him. But I'm just saying that, you know, when I look back and I'm like, man, I wasted a lot of time with this dude, but at the same time, I'm glad I experienced everything that I went through because now I got a message to tell you because, I'm quoted. Yeah, but I'm glad I experienced it because it showed me what I would want from a relationship, what I need more of, what I should do less, what I should do more, you know, how to be in a relationship and, you know, how to react without, you know, and not just that, but everything that after that happened, like, and having enough self-confidence and self-love to walk away from a bad situation and not go chase back or, I mean, especially if they're not treating you right. Because, you know, God got somebody. My mom always told me God got somebody for you. No matter if they're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. But God has somebody for you. And you have to just let go of trying to control everything and let God find that person for you and do, you know, and he will. So yeah, but I regret everything that I did. And if he sees this one day and decides, or if he still got the text messages, and I don't know why he would still hold those text messages, but if he still got them 6 years from now, whenever this video becomes popping, I don't care. He can show up, and I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not talking about it because I already addressed it here. I moved on. That was like 3-4 years ago. That was a long time ago. So, I moved on from that situation. I'm just talking about it today so I'm just bringing up things from my past that, you know, I'm getting, well, this is already something I've already gotten closure from, but I'm just telling you like an event. I haven't really gone into deep detail. Will I? I don't really want to. It's kind of a drag. I'm just giving y'all like an overall synopsis or overall summary. I don't even know if that word is right. Go right there. But if it do, it do. If it don't, just flow with me. Just flow with me. But yeah. But he wasn't all that. But I wish him the best of luck. I don't wish no harm on him. The last text message I sent him was, you know, I wish you the best of luck. When things get hard, don't give up, you know. Do good, you know. And then after that, I blocked him off the Instagram that I had at that time. I don't have that Instagram no more. And I moved on after that. I moved on with my life, you know. I moved on, you know. So, and I'm glad that he didn't want me. Because I look back, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was just desperate. I wanted a warm body. I didn't want him. I just wanted somebody to say, oh, I got a dude or whatever. But when I look back, if he said today, like, hey, let's get it back, or even if he just wanted to be friends, I don't want to be bothered, like, with none. I'll say hi to him in person, or I don't even want to say that. I kind of don't even want to see him in person. I kind of just want to live my life and never see him again, like, and just move on with myself. So I know it's weird, but that's the truth. That is the truth. But But yeah, that's that story. So, but now it's day 14. It's been 2 weeks. We got 15 weeks to go. By the time spring break gets here, it'll be what, 4, 5, 6, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So, by the time it'll be 7 weeks, 6, 4, 4, 5. It'll be 6 weeks from now. Spring break will be 4, 5, 6. It's about 7 weeks from now. And after spring break, we'll have what, 7 more weeks left. Yep, we'll have 7 weeks left after spring break. So, and in those 7 weeks, you know, I'll be working on projects and counting each week down. It'll be 2 weeks left, and then, you know, we'll be done. So I'm ending this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and you know that you are loved. Know that you're blessed. You know that God loves you. Know that you are blessed, and appreciate every situation that you go through, whether it's good or bad, because we all have our scars for a reason. So, deuces.